Welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and this morning we're visiting with Dr. Nicole Gauthier. She's with the University of Kentucky, Extension Plant Pathologist there. Now, Nicole, today we're going to talk about some interesting topics, things that people might see in their landscape.
Okay, yes. So mulch fungi. So these are all of the things that grow in your mulch that really maybe can be puzzling. What are they doing there? What is it? It wasn't here yesterday. And then suddenly I've got all of these creepy things going on, from dog vomit to dead man's fingers to jelly ear. So we have some really cool things, puffballs. So we could talk about some of those today.
Are they harmful or should we be concerned about them?
Most of the time, these are saprophytes. And a saprophyte is a fungus that is not a pathogen. It's nature's cleanup committee. So they are feeding on things that are already dead, right? And that could be any kind of debris. And guess what? Your mulch is already dead. So they're just decomposing things. So what you're seeing is just these fungi that are already there. And usually when we get a rain or something, then they'll produce their fruit or their reproductive structure. So they'll come out of the ground, they'll release their spores, and then they're back to being invisible under the ground. And trust me, there's lots under there. You just see that blip of that reproductive structure, usually in the spring, but when we start getting some rainy days in midsummer, some others will kind of pop up. So we will see them.
Now, you mentioned dog vomit, and that's kind of exactly what it looks like.
Absolutely, it looks like dog vomit, and sometimes those spots will be, oh, I've seen them 8 or 10 or 12 inches across, and it really does. They're kind of yellowish, and it's so dog vomit are not true fungi. They're slime molds, but they're similar to fungi, and they just kind of come up and they just kind of will cover your mulch. And then they go away, usually same day, next day, and they just kind of go away. They'll turn brown and they will disappear. So yes, that the descriptors are right on target. Bird's nest, dog vomit, stink horns, and stink horns stink. So they'll kind of come up. It's kind of a mushroom, but the cap doesn't open really wide, but they smell really bad and they attract flies. And so they use flies as their for transmission of their reproductive spores. So yes, but they smell really bad. And again, they're here today and gone tomorrow, but they will freak people out. So if you see them, you say, wait a minute, what is that? That wasn't there. Is it poisonous? 99.9% of the time, they are not poisonous. They're not hurting anything. They're not infecting anything. They're just decomposing things. They're turning all of your debris into free fertilizer. So they're a good thing. So when you see those things, that's really good. You have a great ecosystem going on under your mulch.
And I think a lot of homeowners that call us, they're worried about their pets.
So again, these things kind of blip up and down. So by the time you would try to destroy it, it's gone anyway. They're usually not poisonous. And if your pet really does go out there and eat a lot of them, usually they'll just kind of vomit it up. So there are really none of these that will result in a vet visit. Now, of course, if you do have a really curious puppy and you have some of these mushrooms that are getting a little bit taller, you can kind of just kick them down, or take your rake and just, knock everything back. We do have a publication on mulch fungi, and it's more of a fun one. It shows you some pictures and we tell you not to panic. But we do mention something called artillery fungus, and that one, it looks like the bird nest, but when it ejects its spores, they'll stick to the siding of your house or your car. So that one is more of a nuisance. It's also a saprophyte. And then we do mention in passing in that publication and point you to other publications. There's some of those that do infect plants. So your honey mushroom, so that is an armillaria, so that can infect trees. And then we have others like the dead man's fingers, that's a xylaria, that will infect trees. Turkey tail, organoderma, that can infect trees. Usually weak trees, damaged trees, wounded trees. But so some of them can be plant pathogens, but the ones in your mulch usually are the saprophytes. But our website has a variety of different things. Again, for all the listeners, your county extension agent can point you to what you need.
Thanks for watching and have a great day.